So what is stopping you from creating your business plan? This is one of the key things to have to demonstrate to your partners how serious you are at making partner. It is the cornerstone of your business case. It is, fundamental to helping you make partner. But given that, what's stopping you from doing it? This is what I found. It's time is a big thing because it's a new skill that needs to be learnt with time that you don't have. The next thing is this is like deep thinking stuff because you've got to decide, is it better to go networking here? Is it better to take on 2 new juniors to support me? You've got to take all these sorts of decisions. You can't do that when I've got to think about the work on my desk. I've got to think about the work on my desk. Which is why often it's not just the time to do it, it's the time to do the thinking behind it, the research needed. And maybe you're not confident with your financials. After all, I've sat there with a future partner who was seen to be ready for partnership, ready, and she was like, I don't know how to do charts. Can you help me build a chart from this spreadsheet? I'm like, okay. And that might be you. And you might be brilliant at what you do, but you've never had to do the financials. This is a skill that needs to be learned. You need to understand the basics between revenue, profitability. Now, your firm may call it contribution, and that their offer meaning is your revenue minus the cost of sales to win that work and service that work. You've got to understand these words. And, if these words are just flying over your head, I understand why you're not getting started. Maybe you feel you don't have that business acumen and commerciality, and it goes back to the financial side of things. If you've never had to ask yourselves these questions or think about it, why would you have that? And this, starting to create that business plan is basically building up a different kind of thinking, a different kind of knowledge, a different skill. And that's often why people don't get started, because they don't have the time, and it takes time to get started. And often very much when you don't know what you're going to do or whatever, you just don't get started because you don't know how to get started, and then it goes into that too hard box and so you stop doing it. So really the key is, very often with business planning, is build the skill set, build the knowledge, get started.